You'll see a little purple square to the right of each one of the expenditures. That means that we've reconciled that expenditure with your town accountant. Some of the earlier ones she didn't have in her system because it was from a couple of fiscal years ago and they don't carry over. But we know that they obviously were paid because they were mostly us and we cashed the checks. So we're quite confident on those. The ones on the far right in the pink that are not colored in are being done tonight. So the town accountant doesn't have them yet. So we, including the chief's appropriation of last town meeting, believe we have $17,879.61 for the police chief to use for odds and ends he deems worthy pursuant to that warrant article. So that's where we are. We get there by the $3,096,500, the driveway appropriation of $75,000, and the chief appropriation of $35,000. A total of $3,206,500, and our expenditures are $3,188,620.39, leaving $17,879.61. I don't have anything else to say, other than turn the lights off at night. It's been nice knowing you all, and we'll talk to you later. We suspect that there'll be odds and ends that you're going to have during this first year that the station is open. The station has got a million parts and pieces to it. Not everything's going to work perfectly. We had a humidity problem in the training room. My understanding is they tweaked the ERB and changed some of the set points, and that's been resolved, but in a week it might not be resolved. So
yeah, well, we're obligated to at least let that contractor know that we're not going to know until probably next July or August whether that really works. So for the town's best interest, at least to have that conversation with your contractor that this may not be resolved.
So we've already put them on notice, and we put them on notice on everything that comes to our desk. Contractor has responded to every single request that we have made during construction and post-construction, and we expect that to continue.
Is that a document that we can retain?
What document?
Whatever you have the documents that the HVAC contractor is aware of a potential moisture issue, controlling of moisture in that room. I understand that he has a.
We have an email.
We feel pretty good that maybe that balancing will work, but from the engineering side of that thing, there's nothing conditioning that air for the most part. It's sort of being done naturally, and that's the only concern we have is whether that is. We just have to wait till we have warm, humid weather again to determine whether there's anything that needs to be done for a little bit. Other than that, everything else is other than the punch list needing to get finished. And everything else is.
I'm not aware of anything on the punch list that is not finished. If there are things that have come up that.
Well, there's nothing new. Like there hasn't a handful. I haven't really seen anybody in a few weeks here, other than the.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you have on your list. So
the list I have is the list that was developed by you folks. I didn't add anything to it. Whatever list that you provided to Dave.
So we're going to meet Monday.
It's just a handful, a little ticky-tack.
So you, myself, and the town administrator are going to meet on Monday at 10?
10:30.
And what I want to do is I'm going to go over where we go during the warranty period. We're going to give you a form to fill out when there's a problem. We'll walk through that punch list one more time, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, the warranties are critical. We're already getting bills or getting quotes for the contracts, which is a good thing, but we should be getting at least 8 year, but any of those systems should be on.
You get a year of warranty of the system, you don't get a year of maintenance of the system. You're required to maintain the system.
Oh, yeah, I get that, with the filters and so on and so forth, I absolutely get that.
So if something breaks in the first year, with the exception of hardware, door hardware, it's covered. Door hardware is usually only covered if it's a closer that's really out of whack, because those things are supposed to be adjusted, periodically. So we will, we'll get Dave out here and, walk through it with him. If there's a problem, we'll get him out here. He needs us more than, the headache of coming out here to fix it.
Where is he at with this, when do you sign off on DCAM?
I would have signed off on DCAM 3 months ago. You guys haven't signed off on DCAM. This guy did an exceptional job. We gave him, I think, a 94 or 95, and he's, you sign off on DCAM at 90%, 95%. He's at 100%. You can amend DCAM if you find that he has not come back to do his warranty work. You're allowed to do an amendment to that report within that first year.
Yeah, kudos to everybody, to yourself. It's, other than some minor tweaking, I can't believe what you got done for that kind of money.
Thank you. Believe me, we wish we had another man. We wish we could have done some different things on the roadway. We wish we could have done some different things with a lot of things, but this committee did an outstanding job with, I'll let you know, since you're a police chief and you understand this, this is the lowest cost per square foot police station in the last 27 police stations that were built in the state of Massachusetts. Okay? So it is not something that we didn't all work really, really hard to get to, and we were really lucky to get the contractor we got, whose DCAM total valuation was 10,000 below what he bid. So he needs that signature, okay, to get to the next level. So as soon as he gets that signature, they recalculate all his projects, and he can then bid on a $4 million project. So he's been calling me like hourly. He missed a couple of bids. I'm like, Dave, you know the process. We have a meeting, we vote on it. I says, it's been submitted, so.
The only thing that I wanted to put out was just, I'm really concerned about, because I had a disaster on the Dutchman with the HVAC system. And
Who's the OPM on that?
some of the,
Who's the OPM?
wasn't you.
I didn't even get an interview, but I'm not gonna go there.
He doesn't remember things.
I don't remember things that far back.
But that's involved in about a $500,000 fix.
Yeah, we had the same problem when I was a selectman in Hanover. We had the same problem at our station, and it's probably the same engineer. So one of the problems that you are having, in my opinion, and he's an HVAC guru right here, the buildings are so tight, and the equipment is so designed to be energy efficient. We're not rejecting enough humidity out of these buildings.
That's what moisture issues.
And I'm hoping it's not a design issue, that it is truly a tweak issue. I think it is, but, I find those kind of issues aren't a problem in the summer. They're a problem now and in the winter, believe it or not.
We should have an indication in that training room. If the humidity is too high in there, we're going to see a lot of condensation on windows this winter.
Oh, you did?
The doors have already swelled. So wood doors are swelled, they're not closing. But I this to say about that, what they were doing is they had it set for the grand opening. They had it circulating here constantly, so it was constantly sucking in the moist air.
Right.
And since we don't have an air handling unit, so to speak, that's conditioning the air before it goes in, that was just way too much. So that's been
Well,
adjusted.
we are conditioning the air when it comes in.
Yeah, but it's kind of odd.
It's passive.
Yeah, it's a passive
It's
system.
not an active heating and
It's
cooling.
not a core.
No, but I think it's probably something we can tweak that station is not quite nearly as big as the one you guys have in Duxbury.
Yeah.
And we have a few units in there, so if we're.
Did you work on Duxbury?
I did not.
I just want to make sure, I mean.
I worked up the hill, down before, on Trevor Hill, before they built the station. I didn't live up there, I worked up there.
Oh, okay. But that was a, yeah, I mean, since he did that, he just adjusted that to, within a day or two.
Notice a difference?
Absolutely.
Okay, then
Absolutely.
that's a pretty good indication that it's a tweaking issue as opposed to a structural issue with the system or a substantive thing. So I'm confident that it's probably something we can do, and it's a warranty issue, so, I mean, I think.
My fear on all of this project is not the contractor, it's the designer. And not from the standpoint of the designer not designing correctly, but from the standpoint of the designer coming back and tweaking his design. I'm just not a big fan, I've never been a big fan of the HVAC designer, and, you know, they're number one in the state, so it's hard to constantly go against them. But, you know, when something like this happens, we usually get some generic response. On this particular one, we asked Dave to get the HVAC guy out here. I think it took us 2 weeks.
Well, I tell you what, no, I mean, when I raised my concern,
Your
that was
concern,
like a day they were there.
yeah, it was raised a little before you coming in. So we knew something wasn't 100%. We just, you know, wanted them to come out and do it, and they did. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask, just so this committee's aware, since this committee's work is pretty much coming to a finish and we're tying up loose ends, the meeting Monday, the chief's going to be there, you're going to be there, town admin is going to be there.
Who Tom is?
And
Oh, town admin.
Town admin.
Oh, okay. I thought she had a name, so.
Oh, another name for it. And the purpose of that meeting, it will be.
So originally, the purpose of that meeting was, I got an email from the town administrator regarding change order documentation and the chief's concerned on some of those punch list items. So I requested the meeting.
Great.
But while I'm at that meeting, I'm going to give them a form to fill out every time there's a problem. And we'll log the form in and track it. So we find that that's the best way to stay on warranty items, is somebody has to fill out a form, the form comes in, and we do an action item on the form. Even if the action item is, no, this isn't our problem, this is your problem. But we get an action item on every single request. What we find is you become more buying into your building, and you become more with your building as you fill out the form. So I'm sure the police chief wants to fill out another form in his job.
I think I'm looking forward to Monday, because what I'm trying to get a hold of is, I wasn't here for the ebb and flow, I'm not quite sure what I own and what, and there's not a lot left, but I just want to.
You own from Halifax down to Carver.
No, sir.
Yeah, we can go through all that. We'll probably, I'll give you a primer on where we are, how we got here. I mean,
Yeah, Rob did a decent job the other day when he came by. but
yeah, he came back and asked to be relieved from the project, never to have to come back. I don't know what you did to him, to threaten to put him in the old gorilla cage.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean,
You can buy it.
It's
if you
for
want.
sale.
I saw it, I'm gonna put a bid in, as long as that sign doesn't cost too much. I always wanted to have a cage in my backyard. So, anyhow,
But I have a question, is this something that a member of this board should be at that meeting also?
Honestly, I don't think it's necessary.
it's operational, it's
Yeah,
not,
it's beyond our scope.
it's beyond your scope. As far as I'm concerned, the committee is done.
I
This is
feel
it.
the same way.
All right,
Like you guys did the job and did it.
For a closeout of a public project, it went about as good as it could go.
There's what change orders, what, I mean, it's just, you know, in the grand scheme.
In the grand scheme of things, everybody did a really good job here, especially the OPM, and
Minus the pizza.
even though I didn't bring pizza in the meetings, when you cut my pay $8,000 halfway through so we could afford to build the building. But truth be told, you know, we needed that little extra oomph that the chief got to do the extra security that was needed. We had a great visit from DPH. I mean, we've had a lot of really good things that happened on this project, and a lot of them came together. You know, I suspect we'll have some things crop up, but, you know, your water problem over at the stair, we all got together, met with DPW, we worked as a team, we've got that problem solved, we think. So we've had a couple of major storms and it hasn't happened, but, you know, there's not anything else we can do from this point forward. If something needs to be done, it's major, and you guys gotta go to town meeting, and hopefully your town meeting's on the same night as my town meeting, and I can't go. Because I don't wanna get done, but, I think we're in a good place.
The drainage looks like it's functioning properly.
Yeah, the drainage is definitely functioning properly. It's a question, we had an event that was just unbelievable, and I don't think any of us
You
were.
can't plan for stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's supposed
like
to.
500-year.
It was a 500-year event, they say, so.
But we have a
Well, that's what I
fundamentally
mean.
flawed design over there. You shouldn't have a hole into the basement for water out.
On that too, so. But we also, that wasn't part of our project, we decided to pave over to here so that we didn't have old pavement, new pavement.
Right.
There was a lot of, we all know the history, he doesn't. I mean, we didn't have a road going to 58, we put the road into 58. It's not perfect, but, you know, it's, without it, you'd have a disaster coming around the building to get to the station. So the disaster at the bottom of the hill is far less problematic than what we had before we built the station. And, you know, the advisory committee, the finance committee said we couldn't spend more than $3 million. I mean, they wouldn't approve this. So we achieved our goal. This is a huge, huge success story. So, as far as I'm concerned. So, you did a good job, Madam Chair. So, that being said, these are your final copies that you can put in your attic. So the grandkids will go, oh, look at this.
Refresh my memory, change order 2 and 3, what were they?
I don't remember. They were small little items.
Wasn't two the brackets?
Yeah, no,
11,000?
it could be, I don't remember. Do you have them with
Yeah, two was the brackets.
you? I didn't bring the change order back up. Change order 1 had the additional wiring, the eye wash, the gutters at the entry and the overhead door, and the driveway to Palmer Road, structural support for the gable overhang, and tree clearing for the utility required. Change order 2 had, we relocated the door at the request of the chief. We upgraded the glazing to the bulletproof glazing, battery backup for a couple of light fixtures that were specified improperly, the emergency telephone out front, gas line to the Sally Port. Remember the gas line to the Sally Port here? We had a wonderful Sally Port, it was cold, because there's no gas to the easy. So, and a minor repair to the existing septic line. Change order number 3 was additional raising the building 6 inches, crediting the copper water lines to copper in the street to PVC to 2579 was a credit. And we added some surface mounted door strings. So everything we had talked about, I don't know if we specifically voted each individual line item, I don't
No, we
know.
grouped them together.
We grouped them together. On another note, change order 1 was signed by the Board of Selectmen, and 4 copies were given to you guys, because I remember bringing them to you. They're in your office, I know.
They're not in
Change-
my office. office.
They're in your
They've been in
office.
the selectman's office or the town accountant's office. They
So-
did not come to mine.
One day you're gonna call me and be like, "Mom." So,
Not in mine.
change orders 2 and 3, I don't think we ever did execute, so all 3 of them have been delivered to the town administrator.
I saw number 3 in the selectman's office. So I think that's ready to go.
So 1, 2, and 3 should be ready to go. She's got electronic copies, maybe you can just get them over to
So
her.
we'll just take care of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, a couple of, so how did you make out with the, it looks like you were able to come to a, looks like you were able to shave down the driveway, the original numbers on that driveway. Is that,
What do you mean?
didn't that come in a little bit, we ultimately paid a little less than it was originally on the table to get that done?
Yes, the original quote was based on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and we made a decision as a group to go forward with it, subject to refining the design and getting a better quote. So we got a better quote.
The other one I was just curious about, again, please indulge me, because this is the last meeting.
Yeah, you're not gonna get to relitigate.
The structurals, the bracing.
Yeah. Why?
Was that obviously an engineering faux pas, or?
It was an engineering faux pas related to the fact that we have truss structure for the roof, and the overhang exceeded what's allowed by code for a truss structure, so we had to go inside the building, support the last 2 trusses, and put metal clips, literally metal angles, all the way down both gable ends, so that we could get the look we were looking for.
It was for the uplift, the
Well,
weight support was perfect for the overhang, but it was the uplift.
If you had a wind that went up, it could rip the roof off.
So did this building, was it just small enough to not require the seismic bracing? It's not steel, it's all.
The structure is seismically braced. It's braced with plywood. So the plywood is the seismic bracing, so there are certain walls in that building that have a wall of plywood on them. So the plywood acts as what's called a shear wall, and the shear wall prevents the movement.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of it has to do with the dimensions, length and width, and how those interplay together.
The real code go-around that we had was related to sprinklers. The building's not fire suppressed, okay? And it's not fire suppressed because you have a long-term agreement with Sheriff McDonald to take your prisoners at night.
Yeah.
So it's not a residence. So that's why we did not,
Some residents in, can't hang a shadow out there?
can't keep someone overnight.
The other thing that might have been different from.
Although I don't know who would yell at you, but
The 110 wind requirement, Duxbury would have been definitely in that. I think we just skirt that.
yeah, we don't have hurricane windows.
So the glass.
The glazing, all that stuff, we didn't have to do.
Right, we're
So some of
outside.
that's structural as well, but.
Yeah. If we had to do hurricane windows in this job, we had probably another 150,000
Wait 3 more years, thrown out of the building.
coming out. Right now, it's only 1 mile, or 1 mile from the fiscal coast. They've changed it to 1 mile, so we know what's coming out.
Yeah.
But they're adding some other crap.
I got a waiver for that new high school. They got a waiver.
I don't even want to go down to that new high school, spend $2 million to take snow off our roof. I want to change it up, I don't want to go there. When it would have melted 6 weeks later.
What else?
That's it, I'm done.
The O and M's, maybe, or whatever?
Yes.
So, a meeting or 2 ago, you were going to prepare a maintenance list for?
Working on it. So, it's not a list, it's a card. So quarterly, daily, weekly. Rob's working on it now.
So we do have minutes to approve from the last meeting, August 7th, which Art provided to us. Do you have any amendments to those minutes? A motion to approve as written?
So moved.
Second. So moved.
Couldn't have done it every time.
Is it getting cold?
It's been a long 4 years.
We do have a couple invoices that we have actually already approved. The 3,500 we held back from P3.
Yeah,
We approved that last time, so I'm not sure why Rob sent them again, but
maybe we didn't get paid.
I'll make sure that Barbara has the,
She won't pay it anyway because she's a cap on us.
okay, so, the context, we have a context.
Final bill.
invoice, Final bill for 18,750.
They're
What
done.
was that?
The designer.
23. So motion to approve our final billing from context.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Do you have the bills from APC, 2 bills?
Two bills. I have one here, which I was going to get to.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, we had actually.
Oh, you already paid the 50?
Oh,
you held
you're right,
back
you're right.
50.
We held back.
So you held back 50 that has to be
But we already approved
paid?
that at the last meeting as well.
Okay, you did.
Yeah,
Yes.
you recommended paying contracting and OPM final invoices,
Yeah.
and it was approved unanimously.
So they both were approved, I will make sure that Barbara has them. The APC, which was the 7,000 for the cell intercoms,
So the 7,000 is for the, if you remember, we didn't have the ability to talk back and forth with cells, and we didn't have design really. So we kind of worked with a vendor to get it done, but we needed to run it through APC to get it done. So we didn't have the ability to work directly with the vendor. So they got it done, and it is what it is.
so again, we had approved this pending.
And that came out of the chief, I remember. Some of these came out of the chief. It doesn't really matter at this point, because now he knows what he has for a balance. So,
So actually, the context was the only new invoice then for tonight.
Yeah, because we approved the 7,000 last
Yes, we
meeting.
did.
Oh, you did that too?
It was
Okay.
pending determination of where
Okay.
it was coming from, but yes, it was. There's anything to sign. You mentioned the APC claim in
Yes.
passing. That's not going to get settled until town
Jan-
meeting or.
January.
So,
Well, we'll approve it in January, and then the Board of Selectmen will determine how they want to deal with it,
okay.
when we agree with what it is. I don't know if you guys need to reconvene for that. I think everyone at this table knows something was done there, and I'm going to have to deal with it.
I think, whatever your determination is, as far as I'm concerned, is good to go.
And that becomes.
Our
the
plan
Board
would
of
be to
Selectmen.
put it on for a special town meeting.
Okay.
So we do not need to reconvene.
Can you make that special town meeting when we have our special town meetings a month ago?
That
It's
would
actually
be
the
at our
same night as a
regular
regular
time.
time.
It's the same night as a regular.
I'm joking, I'm
Oh, no.
joking, I'm joking.
We do make it an hour into it, so if you need a little time to get here, the special.
Remember the last time we ran in the door, you were on the article?
So then the only other thing of business, which really doesn't have anything to do with this committee as the Public Safety Building Committee, but we have all agreed to become the campus committee. So I want to make sure that you all go in and get sworn in.
Did I tell you we're having a fire station sale? Buy a police station, get a fire station, half price.
That was one.
So go in, get sworn in, make sure you have your conflict of interest, all your things up to date. And when do we want to meet? John Trainer will be our Board of Selectmen liaison on that committee.
We
Yeah, I've
talked
been-
about
no, go ahead.
our full board, the full Board of Selectmen, if you guys met on November 6th, which would be the first Wednesday of November. We didn't know if you were keeping your same general schedule.
That's something we talked about.
I'd rather not make it my birthday for any kind of government business.
What day is it? What's your birthday?
November 6th.
November 6th.
I could do it the following week, but that, November 6th, I will be away.
Is that a Tuesday?
It's a Wednesday.
13th,
The
then?
5th would be-
So generally, we want to keep with our first Wednesday,
But with the
in
exception
the
of November 6th.
of November. We're going to start in November, have October off.
Okay,
And
So we can coordinate with you. I think that the full board was interested in coming to the first
Okay.
meeting, so we'll coordinate with
That
you.
makes a lot of
and-
sense.
It's
Not
that-
full discussion.
Yeah.
And I would just say, I think I've been sitting on, on these meetings all the way back to Reinhardt, which may be 8 years ago. So it's been a pleasure serving with you. We're doing a tag team, and John Trainer will come in as the selectman rep. I'll be listening to all the meetings, though.
But we're not taking, we don't have to take
And
them. John and I already discussed that.
That's
So we can-
Oh, it's true.
And you know you can call me if you got a,
It's just not necessary, it's very broad, there's nothing specific happening, so there's,
You know, depending on
Later
where
on
we
down the
go
line.
and when we
Yes.
start having actual, like, we're gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, then that probably makes sense to
Yeah.
think about it again.
also we'll need to determine a chair and a clerk, so.
Yes, I will not be putting that on.
you know what, you've done your time. It's John's turn.
No, John had it before me.
Anyway, so I believe that takes care of our business. Anybody have anything else they want to add?
On a serious note, I want to thank you all for being hospitable. We came a long way. I was in a meeting last night with a full board of selectmen and a town hall library building committee, meeting number 1. And the selectmen and the building committee had a war. I drove down the pipe on the way up going, man, why didn't I find this one? They had a war over what it is that we both were supposed to do. It was pretty cool.
And also, thank you.
Yes, we thank you.
Enjoyed working with you. We have a good project here.
We do. So don't forget to check the water in 2020. I'm up for election, because they don't like me too much in Plymouth.
All right, good night. Oh, motion to adjourn.
So moved.